Thanks so much for joining me for this Get Ready With Me featuring a lot of new makeup, including some items I picked up from Asia. These are by Chanel. Got a Jones Road Beauty, one of their new products in their Miracle Balm. And then we have an Hermes palette that I haven't tried yet. This one right here is really, really beautiful. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's go ahead and start with this product, the Blanc Le Base. And I have two here. I've got one in Rosé and the other one is in Pesche. Now this is an SPF 40 PA+++, and let me just shake these up really fast. And I have two of the three shades. There's this rosé shade, that more peachy shade, and then there's like a violet shade almost, or a lavender shade. So this one is supposed to do some nice brightening. Of course, it's gonna be really light on me. It reminds me a lot of this idea, but with SPF. I'll swatch them for you in a moment. But also it is a brightening product. Okay, I think I put too much on my hand there though. And this isn't typically how I wear this, but I thought I'd show you the difference in case you have access to these. And it has a faint like sunscreen smell to it. And they don't list the ingredients on the site where I found them. I did save the boxes so I can tell you what the active ingredient is here. Okay, and then let's take a little bit of the Pesche and then see what that looks like. So Pesche, you can see them side by side. So here's Pesche versus Rosé. So you can see it's got a peachier tone, which I love, but I did want to just see what they were both all about. So we've got Pesche on this side. And let me know if you have this in your country, if you've tried it, do you like it? What are your thoughts? Okay, and as you can see, that one is better for me because this one's really bright. But this one, even though it's got a white cast, is not anything like this one over here. So let me just swatch for you these products, the #1 to Chanel, because I thought they did remind me of each other. These don't have any SPF in it, but it just off the bat reminded me of each other. And #1, and then the Pesche in this Le Blanc. There's a big difference there. They don't look similar to each other. This is a soft pink in the #1 to Chanel, and then this is the Rosé. So the soft pink is actually closer to the Pesche in that SPF product. Yeah, you can see how I could wear this Pesche all day, every day and be fine with that. But I wanted to show you these. So the way I've been using them is I've been putting the pink one, the rosé, in the middle, and then the Pesche on the exterior, just to brighten the middle of my face a little bit. So let's do that. Let's even them out. I'm gonna put a little bit of, oh, I guess I just wiped that off my hand. I could have kept that on there and just used this. So we've got the rosé here. We'll just put it in the center. And then let's take the Pesche and apply that to that more of the exterior part, like my forehead, exterior. I think this is just gonna end up looking like I have a lot on now. I'm just trying to even it out a little first. And sometimes it does take a moment or two for SPF kind of mesh with the skin. So I'm gonna come back in a few minutes here and see if we notice a difference. Okay, it's been about 5 minutes. I feel like it didn't really make that much of a difference. But again, in real life, it's always different looking because these lights are reflecting some of those particles. Before we go on with concealer, I just want to let you know it says it's a brightening product. It says it's got a delicately rosy sheer pearly finish. It is pearlescent. There's a glow to this. Protective brightening enriched with ume flower extract. And that says it helps the skin feel comfortable and hydrated. The light reflects perfectly off the skin and the makeup is radiant, more radiant, made radiant. It says complexion appears bright, even, and perfected. I think if you have the ideal skin tone for what I think this product, or who I think this product was created for, which I'm guessing is the Asian market, the Pesche is better for me though. This is way too bright. Redness is limited and radiance is preserved. Complexion appears bright, even, and perfected. It says it was developed specifically based on the skin's needs during the dry and cold months. Oh, this is interesting. I didn't read that part. The enveloping formula is perfect for normal to dry as well as sensitive skin. It's got a thermal complex that increases protection against discomfort linked to climate fluctuations. So dry and cold. It's definitely not dry and cold now, and it wasn't at the time that I was in Asia and I picked this up. It was warmer. It improves luminosity, even complexion, and visible imperfections like skin tone and texture, including fine lines, dryness, and pores. And that was with a panel of 22 women immediately after application. Okay, so that is what that product was meant for. Let's go in with the Chanel Eye Concealer in 40, which I definitely need a new one. I think I might pick up 40 and a lighter tone to fill in that deepest spot right under my eye area like I do with other products. So you can see if you are my skin tone and 40 is a good concealer for you, how light these products are. This is the Sephora number 71 brush. Let's do some concealer really fast in the center. Clé de Peau in Honey. I recall someone asked about an alternative to this concealer. So I had recently used the Charlotte Tilbury, the color corrector. That's a little bit creamier than this, as well as the Tom Ford. That concealer, their stick concealer, is also like a really hydrating version of the Clé de Peau. So you might want to try that. This is a Sephora number 57 brush. So already we're looking much, much better. Actually, it doesn't look super, I mean, it's not my skin tone, but it's not super off looking now because of the concealer somehow. We're gonna go in with this product. I think it's just so pretty. It's like a light beigey pink tone. It's really pretty packaging. But this is the Blanc. This is the Brightening Compact Foundation, Long-Lasting Radiance Protection. Protection. It says Protection Thermal Comfort, which I had to look up to see what that means, but it comes like this. It's a powder and it comes with this little sponge. So we're going to use this sponge and I'm just going to press it on. Okay, by the way, this is B30, which is the deepest shade that they have. Initially, the sales associate that I was speaking with said, this is going to be too light for you, but as you can see, because I've tried their powders in 30 before and they work well in the center of my face. I think B40 would have been ideal, but even so, I feel like 30 is actually quite nice because look, we're coming back to a more natural color. I might need something deeper for my forehead, more rich toned for my forehead. But this is definitely a powder foundation product. Although I have to say I like this better than the other powder product that I have, the powder foundation. So here we go. Here is the 30. And this is also SPF 25. So I have been on the hunt for really nice powder SPF to put on top of my makeup. I don't know why it's so hard to find, but I've had a hard time finding it. It keeps the complexion looking bright all day long while protecting skin from pollution, oxidization, temperature fluctuations. I wonder if that's because of the hot outside temperature and then inside temperatures are usually cooler with air conditioning. It also protects from UV rays. SPF 25 defends against UV rays. It says it's bolstered by a shield that helps prevent pollution. I'm out of practice. Prevent pollution particles from sticking to the skin, as well as a thermal complex that offers increased protection against discomfort linked to climate fluctuations. This is such a specific target for what they're trying to do here, which I haven't really read that very often, or actually, I don't know if I've read that at all on any description of makeup before. Enriched with gardenia infused oil, the foundation formula is perfectly compatible with the skin, leaving it fresh and comfortable. Pearlescent pigments paired with niacinamide. So there's niacinamide in this product. It gives the complexion a long-lasting, bright, translucent glow for up to 8 hours. Appearance of pores and redness is diminished, and it stays perfectly even throughout the day. Now, I was wondering if this would be a competitor for something like my Perfect Blur powder. Let me keep applying here. It adheres really well and it does offer a nice layer of coverage, I must say. I think this does apply better with this, which I don't really love that it's this that's more effective than the brush. I've tried it with a brush, like this kind of brush. It sits really close, obviously, to the skin when you're pushing it in like this. It looks really nice. Yeah, like even here, I can do even a little bit of concealing with this, adding more pigment. Without building up a lot of texture, I'm able to build up the coverage. Yeah, I think it looks really nice, especially for a powder product. Okay, what we're gonna do is add a little bit of this base here, and I'm gonna show you my brows that I've been doing. This kind of came about after being a little bit lazy on vacation, but then I realized I really liked the look. So we're gonna see if we can get this to work on camera as well as off camera. But let me add this base first. I think I'm gonna have to decide on if I'm gonna bronze or not today. Let's see how this turns out, and we'll bronzer or not add bronzer. I actually think it looks okay, but let's see. We're gonna take the DIOR Show Onset Brow, which is my second favorite eyebrow product for brow gel. I love the Jones Road Beauty, but now I haven't tried this technique with my Jones Road Beauty before. Like I said, we're gonna see if this works as well on camera as it does in real life. So on vacation, I didn't want to take too much time with my makeup. If you watch my vlogs, you'll see I have little to no makeup on in pretty much every every part of the video. I'm just more interested in doing other things like seeing the city and spending time with family. One thing I did make sure I did though was add brows. So I just went in with gel and I would just go back and forth like this, like I'm going against the grain here. And this Dior Onset Brow, and I'm trying to use these up, that's why I brought this one, deposits some pigment onto the skin as well. So I didn't go in with a pencil every single time I did this. And I've kind of been playing around with this idea, this technique since I got back. And I really like the results. It's really natural looking. So you just do this. Maybe I'll do one eyebrow at a time so you can see the difference. It takes a little more time, which is kind of funny because I was trying to just spend less time. I ended up spending a little bit more time, but just doing this one product and then getting a really natural result. Just kind of building up, bending it back, kind of seeing what it looks like, adding more if I needed to. It might not be super even, so we might have to go in with a little bit of the Victoria Beckham Brow Baby Blade in a moment here, but like that's the idea. So let me do the other one and see where we are. Okay, so we've got on the brows, just the brow gel. And actually, I think I mentioned this before when I did a little Chanel class. I took a little Chanel class online. They said to do your brow gel first so you can see how much brow you have to work with before building it up. I really like that idea. I don't do that all the time. I think because it's just easier for me to shape my brows because I know I have some unevenness to begin with. Oh, I'm taking the baby blade and just filling it in. I have a little bit of a gap there between the first few hairs and the rest of my brows. So I'm just drawing in a few little strategic hair-like strokes there. So just filling in strategically. Sometimes it's nice to just dot where needed. Like I can see some sparse areas that are catching the eye. Being really careful at the beginning of the brow. I may fill in and refine as we go. So we're gonna just leave the brows there for now. Let's go in with a palette that I bought a while ago and I have not had a chance to use it at all. So let's go in with this Hermes palette. Where did you go? I pulled it out. Here it is. And this one, these are refillable. So I picked up all of the palettes. If you enjoy Hermes, you might wanna make sure to tune in because I think I've tried out 3 so far. This is the number 1 and it looks really beautiful. I have no idea how it's going to go though because like I said, I haven't tried it yet. So let's take a REPHR number 2. I'm gonna take this shade right here. This one. It's like a lovely, cool lavender shade, which I think is gonna be really pretty, like a lilac shade. It's a little bit of a silvery tone to it. Let's just put that on the eyelid. I'm just using the mirror for this one. This is really pretty too. This is the number 4 I'm holding just for the mirror. I guess I could pop this out, but okay, well, let me just pop this out. So that's how easy it is. So you just take this here, pop it out, and then take the one that you want to use and just place it in here like this and snap it in. And that's it, really easy. Some other refillable palettes are a little bit trickier to actually replace, but that one was really easy. Love this kind of shade. It's got just enough color. Yeah, it's like a silvery lilac, really pretty. Like the light is washing me out. It's a really pretty, barely there shade, which is kind of my favorite kind of a thing. Just take this 33 brush and just swipe it a little bit higher, like for a wash of color. It's a really pretty shade. Let me see, can you see it? Okay, what we're gonna do now is take this shade right here. I'm going to put that in the exterior Where are all of my brushes? I feel like I washed them. Where are all my brushes? I've not filmed in so long, I don't know where anything is. Let's take, oh gosh, let's take this brush. I don't think I use this very often. The number 12, let's just get that in the exterior corner. It's like a, gosh, it's not even a plum. It's like a brownish plummy shade though. You can see that like purpley element, like a grape element in there, but it's really subdued and just pretty. Yeah, this Hermes palette is very consistent with the other ones. Like, look how pretty and fast that was. They just blend so easily, which is why I love these so much. You can see how much of a contrast these two shades are, but I mean, it's like it's doing the work itself. I mean, this is a nice brush too. I don't usually use this brush for this area, but it might be something I start using. Because you see how I could place that really easily. And let's take that other fluffy brush that I had earlier, this 15 Max, and then just blend. That's really, really pretty. Okay, just for fun, let's take this little pink shade. I would just want to see. This is not normally, I think I would just use these, but let's see in case you're curious. Oh, that's really like, that could be a blush color. It's beautiful. But I don't know, let's see how that works here, just in between the two. Okay, we're gonna do just a little hint. The thing I don't think I love about this is that it looks like the shades of a bruise to me, like the purple and the pink together, I think is maybe why I wouldn't wear it. Maybe some other people can pull it off, but when I get a bruise, it kind of looks like this. So I'm not gonna put too much of that. Let's take this shade though, and then let's just add that to the top. Maybe that'll help mute that. I just wanted to see. I don't think that's gonna look great on me though. Yeah, this though, stunning. What a stunning, simple eye. I love that. Okay, let's just even that out. And you saw how fast it was. Really, really fast. Okay, I think I really like this number 12 brush that I don't think I've utilized as much as I should. I actually, at all. This is more like the shape of an eraser on the back of a pencil. That's what this shape reminds me of. Really nice. So it makes sense that it can get, I don't know what the purpose of this brush is. I kind of don't read the purpose of brushes. Like, just look at the shape and think about how I would like to use the brush to get done what I need to get done. Really nice placement though, it's number 33. It is as if I was just gonna take the color and add it with my own fingertips there. Okay, and then let's blend. Okay, then let's add a little bit of this. I love this. It's a little bit of color, but understated. I'm gonna add some mascara and then we'll keep going. Foundation actually looks so nice for a powder foundation. I think you can see that there's a glow. Not sure, I'm gonna have to experiment if it has to do with this being underneath or if it just has a really pretty finish. Really wish we had access to this everywhere. I just checked in the mirror and we do need a little bit of help with bronzing. So I'm gonna go in with the Hermes bronzer. I had a question about this, do I still love it? Yeah, it's one of my favorite bronzers. Still really love it. It's got the most golden tone. You're gonna see this on my forehead really have an effect. Yeah, that is helping. So let me just even that out. Oh yeah, that actually helped quite a bit, didn't it? We've got trench here. Oh, maybe too much. Right under the eye. Yeah, makes a big difference. Victoria Beckham just evens out this area right under the lash line and keeps things like concealer from gathering in there. Concealer, as always. Actually, I have to say not much cleanup required here because of that 33 brush that I used. Didn't put product everywhere, so it helped a lot in the corners. Now let's try this product. I feel like I was gonna reach for something over here. What could it have possibly been? I was gonna reach back. Oh yeah, in the lip for a second. Okay, right. I've got a lip over there I wanted to use because I found it again. Okay, now this is the Pinched Cheeks by Jones Road Beauty that they initially meant to send me when they released it. So thank you so much, Jones Road Beauty. And let's try this. So this is the color. I thought it'd go really well. Actually, I hadn't seen it before, but I remembered it had like a mauvier, plummier tone to it. So breaking the seal, and then let's warm it up. So this is what it looks like on the back of the hand. And then I think it's gonna go really well with the lip I'm gonna try. So I haven't actually tried this yet. Yeah, so let's see how this goes. Oh, that's beautiful. Seems to be working well over the powder foundation. Very subtle, pretty, and has a glow to it, you can see. So if you have drier cheeks, I really like this Miracle Balm. It's the Miracle Balm product. I really like this for that skin type. Actually, I meant to try this on my mom when I saw her, so next time I see her, we'll try this on her skin. So I think it looks really pretty and just like makes the skin look a little bit more plump in that area. Now I'm afraid to add it here onto more of the center because it does have that balmy texture. I'm afraid it might lift, but I suppose we can always fix it, right? Let's experiment. I'm just keeping it really high on the cheek also. This is where we could possibly ruin things, but let's try. So this is an Hourglass synthetic brush here. I'm just gonna pick some of that up from the back of my hand and let's experiment. I'm gonna go really gently though. Okay, so far so good. It'll be interesting to see how this interacts over a little bit of time. But we can also go in with that Chanel on top and see if we can set it just in the front here. But it's a beautiful shade. I love the effortless nature of this Miracle Balm product. Because of this discoloration, the concealer, it's a little bit more effort for me personally, but if you don't have any issues like I do in the front, trying not to move makeup around, definitely an effortless product. Okay, let's take a little bit, like that's as much I'm gonna do with the blush because I have kind of a bold lip we're gonna do. So let's take a little bit of this again and let's just add some to the center, just to the center right here. There's a nice pore blurring effect with this product, this Chanel. I'd love to do a side by side with my Perfect Blur powder and see really what the difference is between these two. I feel like I went a little bit overboard on my forehead with this bronzer. Okay, let's add a lip now. I just changed into this, I think I'm gonna talk about this in the next video. It's actually a set. It's really cute. I just changed into that. If I can find it, I'll list it below. It's by Cos. So we've got here, this is not new to me, but I always talk about this and I can never find it when I want to talk about it. It is Rock Rose by Chantecaille. It's one of their Lip Veil lip colors. And this is not the Lip Chic. The Lip Chic is very, I think maybe their most popular. This is more like a lipstick, but still quite hydrating. So Rock Rose is one of my favorite berry toned lip evers. Wow. Rock Rose is one of my very favorite lip colors ever in any brand, Chantecaille, Chanel, you name it. This is one of my very favorite lipsticks of all time. So you can just dot it on like this and you can see that, I think you can see really what a lipstick is made of when you get it in a more sheer layer just to see the color. So you can definitely go more sheer like that, but I'm gonna go in and do a full application here. It's a really easy to wear, bolder color. Final look here. Okay, I feel like the seat was really low the whole time I was doing makeup, like I was down here. I don't know why. So I raised it up a little bit, but you can see my hair is a little bit, like you can see really how straight my hair is right now. So if you want to see how or what I used to get this, I'll be talking about that in the next video. But quick thoughts about these products, starting with these Le Base. Oh, I still need to look at the ingredient deck. So let me leave in the description box below what it says for active ingredients in here. But I wish that they made these for us here because they do all the things that I love. Brightening, SPF, reflects the light. Okay, this had a way more of a white cast than this one. I would probably use this more often, but I'll use both of them. I do want to use them all up. But these are the kinds of products that would come in really handy daily for me. So wish we had that, although I thought it was interesting that it was created for cold, and did it say drier climates? But it sounded like more wintry weather, but it dries down really nicely. And then I went in with this product, which also I wish we had here or everywhere, this powder foundation. I don't love powder foundations in general. I haven't found, like, I love the idea of them because I love powder. I don't love foundation. I love powder. So if I could have something that had more coverage and perfected without having to add more powder on top, I'll use the Chantecaille Perfect Blur Powder almost as a powder foundation, now that I talk about it, because it has all of those properties. I want a little bit more coverage, perfecting, blurring, also really perfects the evenness of the surface of the skin. And so you would think a powder foundation should do that, but I haven't found powder foundations that do that, so that's why I don't use them. But I think that'd be perfect with something like an SPF that maybe has a little bit of a white cast or a lot of a white cast to go in with a foundation that's powdered to kind of set it and really bring that color back. So I love this idea. Now, I don't love that it only goes up to B30. They told me in the shop I might be able to find it somewhere else in a Chanel boutique outside of that area, outside of Hong Kong or something like that. That was a B40 because that's my color. But I looked online and it only went to B30 where it is available. It's not available to us in the US, but I think it looks really nice on the skin. It does some perfecting. Now it does have a glow, but I'm not sure if it's because this is what's underneath. I need to try it on its own or with maybe another primer. Like this might be a really interesting combination, the mattifying primer with this. So I'll be testing this out and continuing. I'm sorry for people who can't get this. If you wanted to try it, or maybe if you go to Asia and you want to try this, maybe pick it up. But again, B30, this is as deep as it goes, but I've also used powders by Chanel in the 30 range, and they work really well for the center of my face. But when I went to go look in the bathroom, yeah, it was way too light. So that's why it bronzed, but I really like this product. Then we have the Jones Road Beauty. Now, this is such a beautiful shade. If you love the Miracle Balm formula and you get along with it well, I think this is a stunning, stunning shade. It's not too, like it doesn't add that much color. It's really subtle. It's really natural. It kind of does a nice plumping effect to the skin. It looks really healthy. My only issue is I think using it with this powder foundation was not ideal. I think if I used all of the Miracle Balm or even just like a liquid foundation and this, it might work out better. Like I love the idea of just the Miracle Balm products, but I have concealing I need to worry about. So maybe not the right combination, but if you like this like no makeup and you're putting this on top of something really lightweight or not having to worry about concealer, or like powder probably wasn't the best thing for me to put this on, but it did seem to work, but it just compromised a little bit of that powder. But it's a really beautiful shade, really beautiful finish. I will continue to try to test this out in other situations to see if I could have any kind of makeup. This is the kind of makeup that I would love to use if I didn't have to worry about my dark spots, because it is so natural and just skin enhancing and doesn't cover anything up. And then we had this, oh, this was beautiful. This Hermes, I love this. I didn't think I would. It looked like, initially to me, it looked pink, and that's why I didn't pick it up. But if you just do this, it's a lovely neutral palette with just a little bit of color and a little bit of glow, which is my speed. Like I love this kind of a palette because it's not overwhelming. It's not too much. It's not distracting. It just enhances the eye. And I was thinking as I was applying this, really beautiful for brown eyes, but then I was just imagining this on other shades like blue, green. Like I feel like anyone could use this palette and it would look really stunning on them. So if you were considering one of these Hermes palettes and you wanted something neutral, but don't want warm, like this is a nice cool neutral. Even though it has a little bit of color, you can see like it doesn't look like wearing purple eyeshadow. It just looks like a little bit of it enhanced, a little bit of a defined eye. Yeah, it's really pretty. So I would recommend that. Like I would recommend all of these products. I think it went really well today. I just wanted to revisit this Rock Rose because it's so pretty, just because it's so pretty, and I thought that these colors went all really well together. I think that's all the new product I had, but let me know what new things out there that you want to see, because I'm not buying a lot of new things. I am not interested in a lot of things unless there are new formulas or just something like a new kind of a product. Like this would be something I would pick up anyway, whether it was in Asia or here, because this is not something I've tried before, a Chanel product with SPF and brightening. I love that combination. And then also something like this, powder, brightening, and SPF and makeup at the same time. This is my favorite kind of combination. But let me know if you live in a country where you can get some of these things, what your thoughts are. I'm really curious. Make sure to tune into the next video that I'm gonna film right after this. I'm gonna talk about this top. I'm gonna talk about how I did this hair today. I'm gonna talk about some other things I picked up, including some earrings. I should have worn them, but some earrings that you can apply that you can wear without even having piercings. So lots of fun things, and oh, some vintage finds, Chanel vintage finds. But that is it for today's video. So please take care of each other, stay well if you enjoyed this video. If you learned something, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you next time.